25% of you, 1 in 4, are concerned about the cost of living when it comes to moving home. That's a poll by the Yorkshire Building Society.
Well, this comes after the government announced a new cut to stamp duty in Friday's mini-budget. And we can speak now to consumer and retail expert Kate Hardcastle. Lovely to see you, Kate. My understanding of this stamp duty plan is to really try and get things moving at the bottom end of the housing market with first-time buyers, with the hope that it would then, you know, I suppose the opposite of trickle down, filter up and benefit everybody. But some scepticism about how much we'll all actually benefit from this.
Well, good morning to you both. It's a joy listening to your banter before I'm about to come on, you know, and then I have to be all serious to talk about the important things like money.
I know.
Absolutely, the stamp duty has caused quite controversy and lots of conversations on social media. There are people, in fairness, who might be mid-buying process where this is a huge relief and could mean that they're getting thousands of pounds back into their budget allocated towards moving house that they might be able to then put towards bills, which are creating a huge concern for a lot of people, or indeed house renovations, etc. But in terms of stimulating the opportunity, in terms of giving people the opportunity to think that maybe house ownership is within reach, yes, there is more opportunity around the stamp duty. So for first-time buyers, there's no stamp duty now due on the first £425,000 of a property. And I think that is certainly of interest to people who've got the budget well in the bank. But for a lot of people, what the outcome is and what they're saying on social is just doesn't make any difference. By the time I've got to the stamp duty, it means I've already secured a mortgage. It means I've already found a way of paying the bills. It means that I'm perhaps not concerned about all of the rising costs that I might have to become a house owner. So I think there's that realism. If we couple into that as well, just before Christmas, there's a big piece of research done by Zopa that was suggesting that over 60% of parents were helping their adult children in some way when it came to house ownership, mortgage payments or rent. So I think there's got to be a bit of a reality check that, as a lot of people have suggested, if we want that stimulus in the property market, does a lot of it actually have to be down to affordable entry-level housing and the stimulation of how much we've got available and how much we need, i.e. a big building surge, rather than just this cut on stamp duty, which in fairness, in Conservative governments, we've seen before.
Kate, here's what I think. It doesn't matter, right? So you've got no stamp duty until 425. But anything before that, so say you're looking to spend 250 or 300, surely the seller knows that you've got more money to play with then, and they biff it up by another 50 grand. In other words, if the house is 250, do they not just simply say, oh, great, we'll get 50 more profit out of this, and nobody's any better off? Well, they're better off than the sellers, but the buyers aren't.
Astute as ever, Eamon. I think absolutely we're going to see some of that, because I think that we're going to have property owners who know that they're for buyers, and we know the market is tight. We know there's not as much housing. We know that a lot of properties are going above and beyond what's suggested. I've heard many times of actually applications going through and they're being halted by the mortgage provider because the mortgage provider don't think the house is worth it because the price has become so inflated. So I think if there's extra change in the market, what you're suggesting is that some sellers might take the opportunity to raise the price a little bit to get the benefit of that. I think that could potentially happen. What I think we're looking at is this going to stimulate the opportunity of house ownership in the UK? And I think once you've managed to get the cash for a deposit and the security of a mortgage, I know that you can go in and pay all your bills. Probably, while stamp duty will help alleviate a little bit at the end of that, you're only paying it when the deal's gone through. So I don't think it's going to be the make or break for many people.